Hello, everyone. Welcome to a race between Splazer and Elite Spud, two very good runners. Splazer having a lower end 56 and Spud having a very lower end 1 hour time. I am Red, and this is my co-commentator.
I am Kai. This should be an interesting race.
Yeah, there's about a 4-minute PB difference, but you know, it's a Luigi's Mansion race, so it can go either way for either runners, no matter what skill level. I believe they'll be starting any moment now. All right, and then they're off.
Yep.
There's a little bit of a stream desync, but that'll be fixed in a moment. So welcome to Luigi's Mansion. Starting off by going up into the parlor and getting these candles into an unskippable cutscene.
While we sit through this unskippable cutscene, Spud only needs 4 seconds to break the hour barrier, and she has been getting a lot of paces, so we could very well see it happen in any of these races.
I mean, we'll see how it goes here. And I believe Splazer is also very close to breaking the 56 barrier and going into 55. So
That is true as well.
They're very. There's a lot of things on the line for both of these guys, and hopefully we'll see a very good race between them. So, a lot of Area 1 is just running around and grabbing ghosts. Just a very basic understanding of the game. We'll be able to get through it pretty quickly. And end up where the chest is, be as close as possible. Going into the second room of the game, we're going to start seeing them doubling up the ghosts a little bit on the third wave.
Ooh, having a little trouble with that puncher there.
Yeah, so you'll see them set up in specific spots to try and get these ghosts as fast as possible. They're going to have slightly different setups for how they grab them, but it's essentially the same for the most part. Spud's taking them a little bit safer than Splazer is. So actually, believe it or not, it's actually faster to grab these guys in singles rather than doubling them up because of how ghost waves work. Only the ghost that spawns on the right is the one that actually continues the ghost waves in that first set. So if you grab him first, you're just sucking up the other ghost while you're waiting.
That is correct. Now, I'm unsure if either one of them is going to go for Chauncey 1 cycle. I'm assuming Splazer definitely will, but I don't know if Spud goes for it.
I don't know if they did a gentleman's oath for not going for it. I think Splazer wanted to go for it in his last tournament race, but then there was the agreement to not, or something like that. I didn't watch the last race, so I'm not sure. But we'll find out. But we'll get to that when we get to that. These are the first set of mini-boss ghosts that you'll find throughout the mansion. You have to wait or do a specific thing to get them to show their heart, and that's how you can defeat them. So here you just stand away, looking away from Neville until he starts yawning, and then you can start sucking him up. And then for Lydia, all you have to do is pull back the curtain that, for some reason, they have a window with a hole in it, even though they apparently built this mansion in one night, assuming using ghost magic, and they also used the ghost magic to put a hole in the window. I'm not exactly sure what their plan was for doing that there, but you know, I guess they'll do them. Both are on pretty decent Area 1s right now. Okay, we're gonna go up to our first, I guess skip of the run you could call it. It's called Laser Crusader. So there's a cutscene that normally plays when you shake Chauncey's rocking horse, but if you're far enough up and close enough to the left wall, it'll actually skip that cutscene. Just like that, Splazer got it. You do have to wait a moment before you can shoot the ball still, but it does skip a text box, which saves you about 2 seconds. And both of them got it, actually.
Yep, awesome.
So here we're going to go on to the first major trick of the run. It's a frame-perfect trick, I believe. I'm not entirely sure of the specifics of it, but it's called Chauncey One Cycle. Basically, all you have to do is let go of the R trigger and repress it 1 frame later, right as Chauncey's going to break off. And if you do it correctly, you'll re-grab Chauncey and you can get him in 1 cycle. If you do miss it, you lose 37 seconds if you were to normally get it. But we'll see if either of these runners even go for it. If they do, I hope either both of them get it or both of them miss it, because it goes for a fair race.
I believe it's actually like, it's not frame perfect, but I believe it's 2 or 3 frames.
I feel like it'd be a lot easier if it were 2 or 3 frames, but
I mean, yeah, that's true too.
I don't know a lot about this trick, so you know, I'd probably trust your word over mine.
Now if they
See, Splazer's going for it, and he gets it.
Ooh,
Let's see if Spud gets it
here. Oh, Spud
1
did not
frame
get it.
early. I think that means it's 1 frame earlier when you see the break off clouds. So Splazer's on a pretty good run right now. Let me So yeah, Spud's just gonna do a normal 2 cycle. That loses about 37 seconds to if you were to just do a normal 2 cycle. If I remember correctly.
Over 1 cycle?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the extra 3 from the last wave of horses.
Yeah. But you know, there's a lot of factors later in this run that can change that lead very quickly. So don't count Spud out yet. So as we head into the second area, EGAD is just gonna brutally put these portrait ghosts into paintings. I think he even remarks that, like, no one has as beautiful paintings as he does. Wonderful.
Spud might have low percent.
I wasn't paying attention to that.
I'm not sure if she picked up any pearls.
So there's actually a decently new strat that's going to come up. I'm sure Splazer goes for it. I'm not sure if Spud will. While we go up to here, you'll see Splazer's going to aim his flashlight up and towards the middle of the room while he goes through these hallways. Never mind. No, here, there we go. Yeah, he's going to aim it up and towards the middle of the room to prevent ghosts from spawning. Because if a ghost spawns, Luigi does a scare animation, and that loses a little bit of time because he just stops completely. Yeah, so... Okay, Splazer's actually not going to go for it. You can do a double without getting grabbed by this grabber now, and it's pretty consistent. We're gonna see Spud do similar movement to what we saw Splazer just do. And no, she did not have low percent, unfortunately.
These hallways can be tricky sometimes too, because you've got mice running around everywhere, and if you trip on just the right mouse, it can cause one of these ghosts to spawn.
Yeah, that can happen too. So we're gonna see Shy Guys here. So if you move in a specific way and bonk them in the right ways, you can actually grab all these guys very quickly in a 6-piece. I just got an alarm. Okay.
Splazer actually missed one of the Shy Guys there. It's gonna be a quick recovery though.
I hope that wasn't loud. If you even heard it. If you did, my bad. So here comes the first RNG section of the run, is early release. If they show their heart here, yeah, okay, so Splazer got early release. Pretty much, that's a 50-50 chance whether or not you get it. Believe that if you will. If you start running it, you'll believe it less. Pretty much, they'll show their hearts 10 seconds early or 10 seconds late. So if you don't get it, you're just going to lose 10 seconds to if you do. Spud's actually just going to do these guys in doubles. Unfortunately, she missed the first one.
Blazer's about to do a trick where you can pull the poster off of the button while in between waves. Your vacuum can actually reach that poster through the wall, so you don't have to spend the time vacuuming that off.
Yeah, it saves a little bit of time because you don't have... don't have to like. It basically is just if the poster wasn't there because you're doing it while you're waiting for the next ghost wave. Let's see if Spud gets it. So unfortunately, Spud did not get early release, so she's gonna have to wait the extra 10 seconds to be able to grab them now.
And Splazer's definitely on a decent run.
I mean, the only mistake he made was the was like that one shy guy, right?
Yeah.
That's not bad. So basically what just happened is Luigi hit that button, which the boos are hiding out there. A lot of people think they were trapped. No, they were hiding. They were waiting for him. Basically, he sets them free, and now he has to get them all. You're only going to see like 25 of them in this run, but there are 35 you can get. It says 1 out of 50, you get 15 of them from Boo losses. So, there's my nerd knowledge there. But there's actually another trick that comes up with them. If you suck up a cloth, or anything that Luigi can really suck up with the vacuum, right after you grab the Boo, it'll actually skip the text that pops up right after you get them. So Splazer actually has the RNG for it here, so we'll see if he gets it. Normally this Boo gives you a lot of information when EGAD calls you, so if you get text skip, I think it saves, what, like 6 or 7 seconds?
Yeah, I believe it's 7 seconds.
Yeah, we'll see how the rest of this RNG goes. There are no other text skips in the beginning part of this run for the first 5 Boos, so it's basically just going to be Luigi, or Splazer. I guess, yeah, Luigi, but Splazer's playing the game. So we're going to be Splazer reading the Boo radar in the bottom right of the screen to try and figure out where the Boos are at the very beginning when he enters into these rooms. Very useful piece of technology EGAD has invented here, even if it doesn't work half the time.
Now, would the ballroom double be considered text skip? Because you only read 1 box if you do a Boo double.
So we'll see if... yeah, you were right about that. And Spud also gets a good RNG for her.
Awesome. Pretty good spot for the Boo, too, if you move fast enough.
Oh, that is not... that's unfortunate.
So sometimes you can miss that cloth, and by the time you're able to get it the second time around, the Boo usually tries to leave into Neville. So it can be very hard to get that Boo back over there.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate set of events that can happen, but it's also pretty common because it's really easy to not grab that cloth. Splazer, however, had pretty good RNG. Gonna get like about a 1206 leave here, 1205. Yeah, 1205.
Ooh.
So I think it's about a minute ahead of Spud. I'm not quite sure. I think like maybe 50 seconds or something. Is what Splazer's lead currently is right now. We're gonna go into Mirror Room, where there's actually another trick that saves about 7 seconds.
Does it save that much?
It saves a lot, because you reset your Butler cycle and like, you don't have to do the puzzle or anything like that.
That's true. I always take the Butler cycle for granted.
Yeah, it honestly just makes the whole thing easier. So this room itself is pretty basic, but then right after he clears the room, you're going to see he's going to go to the very right of the room and try and get the Boo out as soon as possible, get the fire medallion out of the chest, and then he's going to suck up the Boo and the medallion at the same time. See? Grabbing the ghost, bringing them to the right. Try and get the Boo out as soon as possible. Run over to the chest. I felt like the Boo was just wanting to go straight left and leave there. Suck him up at the same time, and now he's going to save and reset the game. So by doing that, he effectively skips all of the text from the Fire Medallion, the puzzle, and resets the Butler cycle.
They're kind of synced up there for a second. Spud didn't
Now-
have the best RNG on Ballroom Boo there.
Yeah, Spud's been getting kind of unfortunate RNG this run so far. So you do have to walk back in here to get these candles, but it is a lot faster to do that save warp compared to just playing it out normal. So now, as soon as Splazer walks around this corner, the butler is going to be there, and he's able to get the candle, just like that. Spud's going to do the exact same thing Splazer did. There's another thing here called hat skip. If you grab the hat as the chest is spawning, you can skip the little chest cutscene that plays when a room clears. You've seen it throughout the run so far. Every time Splazer clears a room, or Spud, it zooms in towards the chest, and you can skip that cutscene if you grab an item that plays an animation as it spawns. Splazer got it, so there's not going to be an animation that plays. And he's also going to open the chest so it doesn't play later.
Now he's going to also scan that mouse hole. When you get the boo in this room and any other room with mouse hole, which is only hidden room as well, on the Japanese version, it will actually skip EGAG calling you entirely. So each time, I believe it's about like 4 or 5 seconds to time save.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe a bit less, depending on the text you get. But either way. Yeah, another thing that's actually important to mention. This isn't really important until after you get 15 boos, but the text that plays after you grab a boo is completely RNG. Before you get 15 boos, it doesn't vary pretty much at all, and rarely matters, but you can lose up to 5 seconds on the text later. Blazer getting pretty good RNG this run so far.
That was really close.
There's another tech skip in here called Laundry Boot Tech Skip, and it's probably the hardest one to do in the game. It's not looking good because of that boo ball being there. That does make it harder because you have to grab onto this cloth as soon as possible. I don't think that's it. Unfortunate for Splazer. And the boo ball's in the way, so he might not be able to leave the room. It wasn't in the way. Still a pretty good looking run for Splazer so far. About 18 2x water pace.
Yeah, that's really good. We're coming up on another portrait ghost. This is going to be Melody. In order to make her appear, we've got to knock on all of these instruments in the room. And then she's going to ask us to figure out what song she's playing. And she can play one of 2 songs. It can either be the underwater theme from Super Mario Bros. 1, which is preferable. And it can also be the... Which one is it? I believe it's like the overworld theme for Super Mario 3.
Bros. 3, yeah. Another thing that's somewhat interesting that I didn't know until recently because there was like a frame count on it. Apparently the Mario Bros. 3 theme actually plays for a less amount of time than the water theme. It still saves time because you don't have to go through that extra text box, but that's still an interesting thing to think about. I think that means actually on the English version it's faster to get Mario Bros. 3 because there's 2 text boxes either way. So that's kind of funny.
We're going to see a pretty cool technique here where you pull the key with you towards the door after sucking up a boo. That can go wrong pretty fast, but it looks like Splazer did a good job on that. It just saves like the 1.5 seconds of walking from the chest to where he sucked up the boo.
I believe Splazer is getting about an 1822 water. Whereas Spud's gonna get like a 19.5x, I think. Based on their paces so far, obviously that can change.
I believe there's a boo on the left side there. In the dishwasher. So Splazer might have a good setup here.
I don't know if I heard a switch or not. I always forget to pay attention to the switch. But...
I did. I heard a switch for sure.
Okay, well, I don't think he'd be in there then.
Yeah, nah.
He's in the cloth. You can set up a tech skip in this room too, but it doesn't save as much time as other rooms. This is actually the first example, I think, of boo dragging, where you're going to get a boo closer to a door. If you move Luigi while the boo is cackling, the boo actually moves with Luigi a little bit. And you're going to see that be more important later, as we get into the later portions of the run in Area 3 and Area 4, where we do that more. But it's still useful there, because you can save a bit of time, be close to the door more easily.
Spud had a decent boo find there in Melody.
Yeah.
That boo for Splazer was also an example of the vacuum's auto-locking. If you notice, the boo really wanted to go up along with the vacuum. Luigi's vacuum was trying to vacuum up the chandelier there, even though you were vacuuming up a boo. For some reason, the little, I don't know what you call it, it's like the little light that's up there in the kitchen.
Vacuum does not auto-lock on objects like that.
It does not.
No, it doesn't. It does auto-lock on things that come out of it, though, like hearts and mushrooms.
Gotcha.
So that is a good point to bring up. It's very prominent in Butler, in his room, because it's a small room, and there's also a lot of pearls that are going to be around. So it does make it easy to lose that boo if you don't know how to properly deal with them, and I'm pretty sure it just switched into the tablecloth there. Nice. I think that might be one of the first good RNG spots I saw from Spud this run. I wasn't paying too much attention in Melody. So here we have Bogmire. You can one-cycle this guy pretty easily if you can hunt the control stick properly. Either way, it's easy to do, but it's also really easy to mess up. Splazer is just destroying it, though.
Yeah, that Bogmire didn't stand a chance. So Bogmire can pull you in tons of directions, and I don't know if it's luck. It might have something to do with that. But if he gets up against the wall, it's so easy to just keep vacuuming him up. But as soon as he pulls you out from a wall, it's pretty difficult to make sure you don't break off.
Yeah, for sure. You want to try and maintain control as best as possible.
Spud lost that first bone ghost there. I don't know what they're called, actually.
They're just called skeletons, I think.
Skeletons, there you go.
I thought they were called Mr. Bones because of the guy in the graveyard, but I got corrected on that one day, so now I'm just calling them skeletons. Or the boneyard, my bad. The skeleton that comes out of the boneyard is named Mr. Bones.
But remember, that means every ghost is unique in this game.
I suppose you're right about that.
They all have names, they just don't tell us.
Yeah, I always just kind of thought of them as like emotionless, like things. They don't really exist because they're kind of just drawings because Van Gogh made them, right? I don't know. I think I'm thinking too deep into this, but you know, still.
The skeletons don't show up in Van Gogh's room.
Yeah, neither do the bowling ghosts either, to be fair.
Spud lost Bogmire there on 2 HP, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate.
Quick cleanup, though.
Still not a bad run. I think her run right now is not too far behind her PB, despite the Chauncey one-cycle loss. I don't know if her PB got Chauncey one cycle or not, but, you know, if it did, then that's a pretty decent lead. Yeah, a little cutscene. Has Mario there, you know, Chris Pratt. Luigi is very clearly not concerned in the slightest, considering how calm his face was in that well after he sucked up that ghost. He's like, yeah, I got this. I always found it weird that Luigi's facial expression is like based off when the vacuum is out in certain rooms. Like, Luigi looks terrified in this room at all times, and the moment he walks out to the hallway, he's calm until he pulls out the vacuum.
That's true. So Splazer just shot a ball of water through the floor at this door, which was on fire. If you wait until you get upstairs, you have to wait a few seconds for the door to cool off, but since you do it before you head up the stairs, you can just enter right away.
Yeah, so it saves a little bit of time.
Oh, I knew it. Splazer never checks the bucket.
In my opinion, I don't even think it's worth to check the bucket here.
I usually do, just because, my luck, the boost will switch on me. But it looks like that is the decoy, so it worked out.
And it's in that chair. I didn't read that properly.
Picked up ice while getting the boo.
That was a very interesting tech skip, but whatever works, works. That was really nice. So now we're gonna head into Petunia. That or he does Nana for some reason. Yeah, he's gonna do Petunia. You just spray her with ice, and she gets like sick or something, and then you suck her up. A lot of the ghosts in this game are really easy to get. If that hasn't been caught on yet, but they're pretty cool.
The risk
More
definitely. Petunia can pull you pretty hard as soon as she exits the bathtub, though. I mean, she still breaks off from me time to time.
She's easy to break off from. Now we're in Nana. Just gonna shoot some yarn balls at her.
You always grab that specific ball there first, because that one runs all the way to the right side of the room. And we don't want to run over there, so... Also, there's something in the table. Splazer has got some really good boo luck. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, this one's pretty good right now.
We're going to see another key drag here. And this is part of the reason why it's so dangerous, because the vacuum will prioritize the key over the boo. So you'll lock onto the boo, or you'll lock onto the key, and the boo's gone. He definitely played a little safe there and opened the chest way later.
Yeah. What is important to note is that the objects that come out of a chest, or come out of anything actually, the vacuum will not auto-lock onto it or even suck it up until about 3 seconds or so after it comes out.
That's true as well, yes.
The exception is coins and bills, because they don't have any auto-lock properties.
There you can see right there, Spud was having some trouble activating the boo spot because her vacuum kept auto-locking on the heart. Every time she tried to aim straight, it would just look off to the side. Also, Splazer got a good triple there, and another instant boo find.
According to Splazer in the chat, he is on crazy pace. If we see a Splazer 55 in the tournament, I'm just saying that'd be crazy.
I mean, this is going to be like a mid-27 moonshot, and he said the other day, I finally got a 27 moonshot, so...
Did you say mid-20? Okay, no.
Oh, no, not mid-27. It's going to be a little higher than that.
It's like a 27... 4x. That is a really good pace, actually.
Oh,
if he misses moonshot, I'm gonna be really sad about this.
Actually, it is insane pace. His moonshot in his PB is a 28-27.
Oh,
so he's 40 seconds green right now.
That's a real nice pace.
He had a really, from what I heard, terrible early game on his last PB. So. This is just insane. The boo was right side for Spud there. She grabbed the key first.
Did freeze the boo, though. Now it's just a walkathon downstairs for Splazer.
We're entering one of the, it was harder casually, is how I feel about this room. But we're gonna clear a room where the ghosts are invisible, just like Mirror Room, but instead you're using a projector to see their shadows.
Yeah, it's quite impossible in casual play, but since we're speedrunners, we just know where they are.
Spud having some trouble with that last candle.
very common mistake for every single person who's ever ran this game.
That was a really long vacuum hold there. I'm surprised that didn't break off.
Yeah, we're just gonna set up specific doubles here. And all that great stuff. And a triple here. And then we're gonna see something similar to what we did in Fire, where we warp with the item that comes into the chest. This one saves a little bit less time, but it still saves some time over going into the other room and warping into that mirror.
This is the first Boo in a little bit that I've seen Splazer hasn't found first try. So with this glove, you can actually get. It looks like Splazer didn't get it, but holding up the glove right there, you can actually skip that animation if you wait to grab the glove. Literally, like last chance you can after the suck up. If you grab it before the suck up is ended, you have to sit through that. It's a small time save, but. This is another section that's also heavy Boo RNG.
Yeah, well, my bad about leaving there for a couple seconds, but I don't know if Kai have mentioned this now, but Boo text RNG is going to become significantly more important now. Every time he grabs a Boo, there's a chance that EGAD will go on a tangent for no reason at all, and it's really annoying and it sucks.
Now let's see this, because I'm curious about this. That's actually a very good job on those helicopters. That was so fast.
Those helicopters, and they are not helicopters at all. I'm thinking about this now. That's a car and a plane. What is that thing called? Oh, a mobile. That's what it's called. Or a mobile. Or I don't know. I just don't know. Either way, it's hard to do. That's the point. Hey. So I'll see if Splazer's not going to set up for twins double. You can double these guys up, but it's really hard to do. So a lot of people don't do it. So we're just going to grab one after the other.
Depending on which direction they decide to go as well, it might not save more than even 2 seconds. If you get them going both different directions the entire suck up. It's rare though, but maybe a little more than that.
Their drag is pretty consistent. They're like going in half circles the entire time. Splazer's boot text, not bad so far. I shouldn't have said that. If I get the commentator curse, I'm gonna feel so bad. If he gets Fang Vortex here, I'm gonna just feel terrible. Okay, yeah.
Boo deciding to get a hit in on Spud there.
Yeah, I kind of feared that boot going straight down. Going for the animation skip here.
Splazer found the boot instantly again on that left side while pulling the cloth off.
This run is very, very good.
So, let's see here. Splazer is still 35 seconds ahead. I mean...
That's pretty good.
And the boos are still not playing nice for Spud.
Unfortunately, for Spud. Not grabbing fire there. So I think at some point she'll run out of fire. But that should be fine.
It shouldn't be too bad. Because you'll pick up ice after this, or after Clairvoya.
Yeah, you're right.
Speaking of Clairvoya, welcome to, about 2 minutes of mashing your controller as fast as you can.
Yeah, I mean, if you want carpal tunnel, it's the easiest way to do it. I don't know why you'd want it, but like, I guess some people out there. You know, if that's your dream for some reason.
Even twins weren't too kind to Spud there. Last 2 checks.
Yeah, Spud has not been been getting, not having any favors done for them, unfortunately. Fortunately for her, she's dealing with some really not fun RNG for anything. No ER, not so great Boo RNG, and the twins. I'm sorry. Splazer, on the other hand.
And the Boo's not even on that left side there for her. Literally the first place you check. The Boo's
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't for Splazer either.
Yeah, that's true.
Splazer's RNG is still insane.
First longer text there. It's not too bad though. I believe that one was the watering the plants one, and same for Spud there. How many different texts are there? I believe there's 3 different ones besides the regular.
It's a lot more than that.
Yeah, I just never paid attention.
Most of them don't make more than like 1 text box difference, but then there's like 2 extra ones that, or like 3 extra ones besides the normal one that give you a lot more. Just element, plant, and Van Gore-Tex. Van Gore-Tex being the longest by a significant amount. There's actually something you might not know. Wait, here, you go ahead.
Same thing again for Spud. The Boos were not on the left side there. Or the Boo wasn't.
Unfortunate. Yeah, something you might not know is there's actually RNG text the entire run. It's just, it doesn't make, like, a noticeable difference at all up until you get the 15th Boo.
This is a good Safari, too, from Splazer.
Yeah, and it looks like there's something in the chair, unfortunately, was not in there. Got a really good recovery with that, though.
Oh, that Boo's trying to run away.
Yeah, that Boo was running.
Managed to snag him, though. Not getting all the key all the way down there.
And it got Van Gore-Tex. See, you can see the difference. It's a very noticeable difference. So, I believe Splazer is going to get about a 37 5x-ish. I think 37, like...
No, I think it's going to...
5x-ish. High 37.
I think it'll be a low 38.
It's a minute 10 from when you touch that cutscene, if you get an average Boolossus. Like, from when you touch the Boos, better put. So, if he gets an average Boolossus, it'll be about a high 5x. But if a Boo trolls him, which is not uncommon, then...
If it's a high 5x, we're closer to 50 seconds. Because that Boolossus on his PB is at 38-38.
My guess is 37-57, because that's when he hit the cutscene. It can be a little bit lower or higher, depending on the Boolossus you get, but because it's not very consistent how fast it is, but...
Oh,
really
wow.
Good.
That was, yeah.
That's pretty much as good as it's going to get. That's going to be a 37, 55, or 56.
Yeah, so we are, he's still 43 seconds green or so.
He's actually very close to my PB right now. That's a little bit of pace palling, but... You know, still thought I'd get that out there. He is on 55 pace.
Yeah, this is
very much so. I'm interested to see if he will go for Breaker Boo or not. I assume he will. But he might opt out of it. I know he's been choking a lot of runs to it recently, so it might not be in his best interest, but...
And he has the time save.
Yeah, he does have the time save. I'm not exactly sure how good his Area 4 is in his PB. But, I mean, you know, I'm nervous for him. I hope he gets it. I feel bad for Spud. I don't think we've been commentating over it as much as we should be.
Yeah, so you'll see Spud here holding out the element and being able to vacuum up the ghosts immediately. So even though you can't vacuum up the ghosts immediately, you can still get rid of their elemental form.
Oh, unfortunate.
And it looks like that ghost
did avoid the slam, though, the super slam.
And it's kind of RNG on those garbage ghosts from that point on. Because they could spawn on top of each other, and you'll be just fine. But unfortunately...
Didn't happen, though. That was my bad. I'm not exactly sure what Boolos's pace this is. I think it's a low 41 for Spud. Might be a 40. Nah, it's not going to be a 40. It'll be a 41,
and
but...
Spud doing a key grab, too. Or a key drag.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's two different... What? There's two different... It bounced off the chest there. And both got Van Vortex there.
In the same spot with the key also in front of them. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, there are two different strats for that key. There's one where you freeze the boo and just grab it, which I think is what most people do, and there's one where you can drag the key. I don't think either one of them are faster than each other. It just depends on how you deal with them and what you do for it.
And just as Spud was entering the balcony, her timer turned red, so...
Unfortunate. Still can sub 1 with this run, though.
Oh, yeah.
Possible. It's just gonna be a lot harder.
And Splazer is in standard mode for Blackout, which a lot of people don't do.
I don't know how much faster this is. Pablo told me one time, 2 years ago, it saved 3 frames. I think it might be a little bit more than that, but depending on how fast your pauses are, probably about half a second.
Alright, so we're going to be returning to the third room, wardrobe room, and there's going to be a new ghost in there, Uncle Grimly. Getting scared there.
Grimly is terrifying because he can go for 50 seconds if he wants to, which will tie Splazer with this PB. Does not get Instagram. We'll see how fast it is here. That was a pretty good Grimly.
I mean, a second and a half maybe. Like that was. But I mean, I've seen him sit there for even over a minute before.
Spud's getting unfortunate. The boo is trolling Spud. It's trolling her. Okay, there we go. So we'll see how Breaker Boo goes for Splazer now. If he goes for it. I think he will. I am nervous, though. I haven't felt this nervous about someone else's run in a long time. Especially in a tournament race.
There's definitely been 55s at a tournament before.
A few. Probably only by, like, what, Pablo, HD, and Joven, though.
Yeah. Yep, going for Breaker Boo right here. The boo changed.
We'll see how it goes.
I heard the boo changed, but I believe it's still in the barrels.
I'm actually physically shaking right now. I'm scared. Not in the top barrel.
This is gonna be close.
I think he got it. No! Why did I say anything? Okay, we're gonna have to hope he gets the blue hits blast. What that is it goes back into Breaker Room after he clears this room. The boo is in a hallway right now, so he can't hide, so he's gonna try and go into another room. And it's a very low chance he goes back into Breaker Room. I don't think there's a specific, like, oddity for it, but he goes to Pipe a lot more than he goes to Breaker. And if he wants a reasonable chance at 55 anymore, he's going to have that boo go back into Breaker. So we're all just going to be praying for him right now for him to get this Breaker boo back into Breaker. Let's see this. Talking really fast because I'm really nervous. And he saved. Oh, please, Breaker boo, spare him. Oh. So he can't still 55 with this run, but it's going to be a lot harder now.
I don't think it'll be too bad if you get if he gets a really good pipe room where he clears the ghosts out.
Yeah, but the thing is he also has to get Breaker first try and not get Pipe Boo.
That's true, because you can't spawn the other boo in the same room until that boo leaves.
So I think optimally, if you lose Breaker Boo and he goes back into Breaker, it's the same speed as Vanguard Boo. So I think you lose probably 10 seconds-ish if you do Pipe Room perfectly. And that assumes you clear the room, get the first try Boo with Breaker. And there's a pretty much 50-50 chance. There's technically a 1 in 3 chance you get the Boo first try, but there's also the fake. So if you find the fake first, it turns into 50-50.
And Spud is starting blackout here.
Yeah, I don't know if Spud goes for Breaker Boo. Spud's primarily a hundo runner, so it wouldn't surprise me if she did, but I'm not sure.
She's done it on bad paces, so I believe there's a chance we could see it.
Doing sidestep blackout here. This is the other strategy.
It's a lot easier because you don't have to constantly manipulate the C-stick to face a certain direction. But at the same time, you lose the time from opening the menu for 3 frames, right?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think it's 3 frames. I think it's a lot more than that. I think that's if you get frame perfect menuing.
I believe
nobody's kidding.
Splazer's about to do toy. Yeah.
Unfortunate. I can imagine how Splaze is feeling with this run right now, but like even if this doesn't end up being the 55, he had an amazing run in a tournament.
I didn't see the Grimly for Spud there.
It was pretty fast. It wasn't that bad. Another thing is that mirror has a weird like zone in the bottom left of its scan box that just doesn't work, and that's specifically in blackout.
I feel like there's a hitbox there because where Grimly was standing, or like some sort of invisible box that blocks your mirror scan from that side.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's to like prevent you from mirror warping instead of accidentally scanning Grimly.
That's true, yeah.
That's why you'll see people aim up with the flashlight before they scan the mirror. It's usually to prevent that. And Spud is going for Breaker Boo. And top barrel, so you can get a charge here. So Spud's doing a different strat. This is called wall strat. In my opinion, this is the easier strat, but I think both of them have the same lenience.
I can't tell if that boo double cackled, but she's got it.
You can get like multiple double cackles if you get a charge, and if the boo's in left side, you can get 1. However, if it's in the right side bottom barrel, you can't get any.
So Splazer is cleaning up Armory Room right now, which is it laggier than Lydia's? I feel like consistently
I believe it's the laggiest room in the game. That or it's Lydia. I'm pretty sure it's this room though. So Splazer's gonna have to remember the mirror warp instead of save warp here. I think the boo's gonna be on left side. It might be here.
No.
Yeah, Splazer's getting unfortunate luck here for the rest of this run, it seems. He could have gotten that from right side, but it's just better to do it over here anyway because of the mirror. Hopefully he doesn't forget.
That boo was trying to go up there.
Actually worked out on his favor because he does have to go up there.
Does remember. Now Spud is making her way up to Toy Soldiers.
Yeah, Spud has an extra boo over Splazer right now. Splazer does have to clear Pipe Room to get Breaker Boo.
I think Splazer could definitely still come out ahead.
Oh, 100%. But again, it's definitely dependent on how his Pipe Room goes.
Looking good so far, actually.
Doing the free strat. These guys. Hopefully. Okay,
Yes,
that's the
they're
break.
awesome.
Okay. Yeah, that's really good. Hopefully he doesn't get like a long text here or anything. Yeah, you know, I just like really should learn to close my mouth when I have to.
Spud has both of the soldiers over there. Still gonna do them one at a time.
Yeah, it's really hard to do toy soldier double because they both have pretty heavy. They all have pretty heavy pulls on them, and you're doing two of them at once. It's kind of hard to shuffle between them and also keep a consistent enough suck up to not break off of them.
Had a pretty clean one though.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see how Weston decides to work here.
Yeah, hopefully Weston doesn't treat Splazer left, and he treats him right. This is looking pretty good so far. If he broke off, I would have not learned my lesson.
Getting rid of the pearls first, which is a very good idea.
I believe that's the boo. I believe that's the boo.
Nope.
It's not the boo. It's in the top right. I read both of them.
Oh.
Yeah, this is real fortunate.
Splazer's gonna be red now.
Yeah, so sadly, Splazer is not on 55 pace anymore. It can definitely still PB, but it's probably going to have to require a one-cycle King Boo for that now. It's a sad reality, but either way, you know, like, still a great run for the tournament. So now we're just gonna walk-a-thon up into Van Gore's room. While Spud is also doing Armory Room right now.
Almost got caught. Oh.
Yeah, that's
rough.
Yeah, I think that's a frame perfect burn. One frame faster, it would have been fine, but that wasn't the case, unfortunately.
Could be the boo right there. Nope.
Fortunately, it wasn't. About a 56-16 with one cycle, I think.
I mean,
it's a good run. It's a PB for him if he gets King Boo one cycle. It's just I feel really bad because
Spud losing Armory Boo there went up into Jarvis.
Yeah, so something about this boo that I neglected to mention before was that since the room's significantly laggier, you do have to wait longer to pump them between things. So normally you'd wait. You'd normally do it every 10 HP, which is like once every like maybe half a second it takes for that to go through. Here it's a little bit longer. Depending on where you are in the room, it can be laggier too. So you really have to adjust based on the lag.
Especially if you're near a bunch of the suits. I know if you have your vacuum like towards the suits while sucking up the boo, it will create more lag. I believe that's how it works.
I'm not sure how that works, but that's probably how it works.
I mean, we've got Splazer's gotten all the triples so far, and did get all of them.
Yeah, so we'll see how the rest of this goes. I mean, if he messes up one cycle and gets a backup 2 cycle, it'll 100% be a 56. So that's a great run for Splazer considering his PB's at 56. Either way, it was a great attempt at a 55 in this run. Just unfortunately, wasn't able to clutch it up. Yeah, Spud's also heading into Weston here. Again, hopefully Weston treats hopefully Weston treats Spud right. Thanks. Got scared there. I think there is a way to prevent that scare, but I don't remember how, so I won't explain how.
One cycle on Weston for Spud.
Hopefully a one-cycle Boo as well.
But hey, for Splazer, if you get the one cycle,
Literally a 56-17, I think.
Even if it's not a minute barrier break, you broke one, another 10-second barrier, which is still a W.
For real, 100%. One cycle is very difficult. I'm not sure how good Splazer is at. Oh!
Spud barely
that was
getting
a
the one
really
cycle.
Nice. I think there's 2 double cackles in that one. Yeah, so either way, Splazer had a really good run. If he doesn't get, I'm not sure how it'll go. But we'll see. We'll see how his one cycle. I assume he'll go for one cycle. He doesn't have a reason not to.
It's kind of funny though, because I remember Splazer had a run with a really good beginning. Not the last PB, but the PB before that he had. And he's like, the beginning was so good, so it's hard to compare against. If he gets the one cycle here, it's gonna be hard to compare against again.
Yeah. He's not going for it for some reason. There wasn't really much of a risk factor to not, but I guess it's his choice. Gonna be about a low 250. Oh, way better than that, low 240. It was a bit high up, so I wasn't sure. This is gonna be a little slow because it was far to the right compared to where Bowser was. But either way, I think it'll be about a 56, 37? We'll find out here. Now it'll be a 36 if he gets this 2-cycle.
Yep.
Congrats to Splazer. So I assume we'll see him for the interview here in a second. We're just gonna see Spud do these doubles and stuff now, or not doubles, triples. I always call these doubles. I always make that mistake.
Did Spud miss any of those so far? I don't believe so.
I don't think so. That
Poison mushroom run around.
Yeah, kind of running in circles. I think Splazer might not have gotten the invite because of the Discord tag change. So I'm gonna ask him real quick.
More like tag removal.
Yeah. For whatever reason, they decided to do that. Oh, okay. I will send an invite for the interview. Welcome in, Splazer.
Whoa.
Congrats on your run.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
GG.
56 in a tournament. Let's go.
Pretty good.
Yes, sir.
I am curious though. Why didn't you go for one cycle there? Because you could have PB'd with it.
Yeah, I didn't want to compare against these splits for one, and then two, I'm not consistent at all at it, and then three, 56 in a tournament, man. You can't go wrong with that.
It's fair enough.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So let's heading into King Boo now. I think about a 101.
This could be.
I think it's barely a 101. I think it's barely a 100 actually. Yeah, literally a 100.59, I think, with
I'll
a
be
normal
honest,
2
I was
cycle.
really paying attention to my run.
Okay,
How did Spud's run go?
pretty good. Not mashing for some reason.
Oh shoot!
Okay, there we go. Not choked the 100 because she forgot the mash.
Well, sorry to hype you all up, I guess.
That's
Well, now,
nothing to be sorry about because you still hyped us all up for getting on that kind of pace in the first place in a tournament, especially. There's extra nerves in a tournament.
I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of those boos were just like, yes, please,
Oh, I
backing me
know.
up.
Dude. I couldn't believe it. I was like, first try again, first try again, first try. Like, dude, it was nuts.
There were definitely a few Van Gore attacks.
Yeah, there were.
You and Spud had the exact same thing in Safari Room. The key, like, a foot in front of you, and Van Gore text.
Oh dang!
It looked exactly the same.
in like the same basic spot too. Like
It was
crazy.
exactly the same, almost. But no, I remember I was looking at Moonshot, and I'm like, he just said, "Wow, my first 57 Moonshot the other day," and I'm like, this is a good 57 Moonshot. So I looked at your PB, and I'm like, he's 40 seconds ahead.
Yeah, dude. I can't believe I got a 37 key. I'm just like, oh, I can't digest that. It's crazy. Let's go,
it's
Spud.
very difficult to get a 27 key. See if
That boo.
Spud's able to get this 2 cycle here.
King Boo flew kind of high there at the beginning.
Yeah, a little bit nerve wracking there, but no, either way.
Oh yeah. When I
We'll
was
see if he can close it out. That
I think he
might
got
work.
it.
I don't know.
I think
I'm
he
not
has
sure.
it.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
Oh. Yeah, she
Barely.
was. She was definitely really close there. GG.
hey, listen. I
Oh,
mean,
wait.
if I feel like if you can play within 2 minutes of your PB on a no reset run during a race, I feel like that's still a W.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
I'm not sure if Spud's going to be able to get the invite because of Discord tags as well, them being removed, so I'm going to ask her real quick.
And I was so nervous going into Area 4. I can't
What?
explain. Like, God.
I
I
mean,
would have. I think I could have gotten the breaker boo, but I was so nervous that I, for some reason, decided to R pump again, and I think that's what killed it. But it's all good.
I didn't even see that. Like, we thought you had it.
Yeah, I R pumped like it was at the very end. I would have had it, but it is what it is.
I mean, that Boulossus was really clean too.
Yeah, definitely was.
I'm not sure if Spud's going to come in for an interview. I'm just waiting.
She said in chat, "I'm down to join comms."
You have to invite
Okay.
her.
Yeah, I will. Second.
It's always breaker boo, man. Every time.
You had so much time. You had so much time saved. We were like, he might not just go for Breaker Boo at all because he has the 7 seconds to give up.
I know. I was like thinking. I was like, should I not do it? And I was like, no, I'm going for a 55. I can't have a 55 and not have breaker boo.
Welcome in, Spud.
Hello, hello.
Yo, Bud, congrats.
That run was garbage right up until Area 4, and then I golded the crap out of everything.
Yo, let's go.
Nice.
Hey, golds. They're good.
Free golds.
Okay, that is a PB no matter what. Any gold is a PB.
Yeah, you're
Out of
just on
curiosity,
fire.
what's your sum of best now?
5720, but there's way more to go.
Oh,
There's
geez.
so much.
Crazy
You
potential.
you could, I mean, you could easily get like below a mid 59 any day now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
I'm gonna jump straight to 58 and just finally,
But-
and then never play this category again.
But even if you do have like, even if you're about to get 59, just like stop and make sure like you skip it because
You-
like just.
Oh, I
just
already
have
did
to
that.
run.
I
Oh, you did
intentionally
that?
went for a 3 cycle yesterday because I was like, oh, I got it, and then I was 3 seconds over.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah, I dropped Bogmire 1 cycle. I dropped Bulosis 1 cycle. I got Boo RNG. This everything that could have happened. I didn't get early release. Did you get Chauncey 1 cycle?
I did.
Okay, so you were ahead like from the get go.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Splazer was 40 seconds ahead at Moonshot.
Yeah,
It's-
on fire.
I golded that too. I guess that was cool.
Oh shoot.
So,
Yeah, that was a really
hey.
good split.
Yeah, as you
Yeah.
said, any run that's a gold is a PB. So
Yeah, no, it is. I PB'd in Moonshot. Shoot, let's go.
yeah, nice. Very good run for you. Very good. I mean, very good run for you too, Spud, because you were only like what, a minute and a half ish behind your PB.
Yeah, this was a minute and a half, and I'm happy if I get Breaker Boo. That's all I really. That made everything better.
Do
Yeah,
you
you beat me
normally
to
go for
that.
Breaker Boo?
What was that?
Do you normally go for Breaker Boo?
Oh yeah, every time. It's like
Oh,
it's probably
nice.
50-50. It's probably a little less consistent than Chauncey for me. But that one went well, and I got Weston Boo 1 cycle despite getting like 3 or 4 double cackles because he was across the room. That felt good too.
Yeah, I saw that. That was crazy. It's
Well,
hard
I
to do
wish
that
you
with any
many
double cackles.
GGs. Thanks for the race.
Mm-hmm. Good luck on your next match.
Thank you. Probably going to
Cool.
be Joven or Hopeless, so we'll see.
Yeah, well, if we have any last words, you can say them now. If not, I'll finish up the episode.
GG.
GG. Cast, dude.
GG's to both you guys. Oh, and make sure runners and commentators. I had to put those things in the chat. Well, now I think we'll all head off now. So GG's to both of you. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll see you
Peace.
all later.
Real quick, we do have 2 more matches later today. There's one at 6 p.m., which is HD Lax versus Mega Lightning, and we have one more at 8, which is Hopeless and Joven.
Two
Yeah,
very
come
good
join the
matches.
HD one.
Two very
I'm
good
commentating
matches.
that.
Yeah, those 2 matches both can be
So-
very close and exciting.
So I guess if you want to see more Splazer, you can hear him later in the commentary.
Yeah, let's go, dude.
I'm bad at send-offs, but now we're done, I think. So we will see you all later in those matches. I won't be commentating any of them, but Splazer will, as he said. So
Come on in. Come on in.
yeah, later, guys,
Farewell.
All right. Peace and peace and peace and peace.
and farewell.